What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Abe. This is EVE Online, and I'm here to talk to you about the Operation Permafrost. Bailey, go lie down. And how to find it. So, first off, look at your overview and look for something called an ice dwarf. It's a beacon, and when you show up, it'll look something like this. There will be about 3 different Mortis Legion pirates here, and you'll need to kill them. The cruiser, there's 1 cruiser and 2 frigates generally, at least in my experience with 2 of these things that I've jumped into. The cruiser does quite a bit of damage and has a decent amount of hit points, so come prepared. And we can talk about my ship fit in a little bit, but right now I'm in my mission running Macarial, and I suggest you come very well fitted. I came in a Raven on one of my alpha alts, and I just took a lot of damage, and I didn't have an active tank, so things were grim. But alright, so I'm trying to be a little careful because my corporation is at war right now, and I'm in high sec. Alright, there we go. So here they are. We got three of these guys here that just showed up, and we're gonna target them. There we go. And it looks like Ella got bullied by Bailey behind me here, and that is not uncommon. So, alright, as you can see, I'm taking 222 damage of thermal damage from this cruiser, and that's not an insignificant amount. That's with resists at around 69%, 67% for thermal. So something to keep in mind. The frigates don't do a ton of damage, and you can kill them, but they still are pretty tanky for frigates. The fact that I can do 1150 damage and not kill 1 frigate, and then do another, they just basically take about 2,000 to kill. This cruiser, though, look at this. I'm hitting it for 720, 820. This guy just showed up in a Stratios, and I've been in null long enough that now I needed to control myself and not warp out. So, all right. So now we've got these 3 gates here, and if you'll notice, you've got tracking the Northern Legion, the Eastern Legion, and the Western Legion. Now, I believe if I click on I shouldn't be running everything quite like this. If I click on let's say the Polar Gate West, and I look at it, that completes that portion of it. All you have to do is look at it. So Aura has something to say here. She says gravimetric and spectrographic sensors are detecting a condensing field of carboxyl compounds. I recommend equipping at least 1 gas cloud harvester. This will allow you to take advantage of the carboxyl vapors in the upper atmosphere. Okay, the Stratios just left, still paying attention. An ore harvester will also be required to separate the carboxyls from their frozen condensates. I am currently unable to confirm the presence of hostile ships in this area. Be prepared to defend yourself. All right, so that's the west, and so that's basically the mining and harvesting area. The north, sensors indicate amassing Mordu's force. Let me just claim these rewards as they come up. Mordu's forces executing combat exercises above the North Pole. There appears to be 5 local points of activity where enemy forces are gathering. I recommend that you be in a suitably powerful combat vessel if you wish to enter this orbit. And thirdly, we've got what I'm assuming is the hacking site, which is trace signal processing indicates a great deal of information being transmitted towards this area from vessels above the planet. You will need a data analyzer in order to crack these signals. The packet size of these transmissions matches that of the size of an azimuthal coordinates. These might be in use by Frostline for navigation around the planetary body. Caution is advised. Disrupting these signals may confuse the navigation of Frostline operatives. All right, so one other thing to take note of is if you're searching for this ice dwarf and you're not finding it, that's to be expected. I heard something online saying that there is 1 per constellation, I think. Or I hope it's not region, but they're not in every system, basically. So jump around in a swift ship and see if you can find one, then go get your combat ship and do this, especially if you're out in null. Might be a little bit safer to do that. Or if you're at war, like me, then Yeah, so just to show, I think I went into this one first. So if we go to the west one, this should take us to the harvesting area. And again, you're going to need to be relatively well tanked in order to manage the damage that's going to be coming to you in these pockets. And so this is my combat character, so I'm mostly here for combat. I'm not sure what it was. Visit the triboxyl condensation field. Okay, that's easy. And then you've got these things here. There are two objects here. At least there's one there. It looks like there's only one now, where you can take your harvested goods and refine them. So let's target these things and start taking them out. Yeah, so you can see people have been in here killing quite a bit. If I look under the mining tab, I don't know if I've got this actually set up for mining, but it doesn't look like there's anything to mine here. So one way or the other, find the Iron Dwarf, look at all of the gates, and then when you show up, you will see, you get 5 point or a point for activating the North Polar Gate. You can see how much damage I'm taking and how quickly. It's pretty. It's impressive. We'll just take out the frigates first, and then we'll worry about the two cruisers here. And we'll claim the reward there. Engage the Legion. Let's see, harvest 400. Harvest 100 vapor, defeat 15 with medium weapons. See, now that's insulting. That is insulting. Okay, well, I guess I need to somehow do this in either a battle cruiser or... Alright, that's disappointing. Alright, well, that's good to know. So the first 15 you can kill with anything. The next 15 you have to kill with medium in order to progress on that. And that's really good to know. So I've gathered 22 points. But if I want to go back out, let's say, I can just warp back to 0 on the Ice Dwarf. And everything is fine. And they don't have bounties. You can see down here there are no bounties. So just killing them to kill them makes no sense. And yeah, that's the event. So one of these sites caters to mining and gathering, but you're going to need to be able to tank pretty serious damage coming in thermal primarily, even though it's Mortis Legion and only 30 to 38% of their damage, I think, is supposed to be thermal. On the other side of things, we are looking at, that would explain the Stratios. We can activate the North Gate. One area is for combat, and in my, like I said, in my Raven, I was hitting them at long range, and they too were hitting me at long range, like over 100 kilometers for 450 damage per round. So clearly my thermal damage needed assistance. But okay, so we've activated that. We've gotten our free point there. It looks like there's an Orca in the combat area, so that's special. And I hope these folks have recognized that. Here, I'll just align. I'll tell them, once you've killed your first 15, if you're not using medium-sized weapons, you'll only get points from kills using moving forward if you use medium-sized weapons. But alright, so that person's in a Gnosis, which, let's show info. See, I think we could get, yeah, medium projectile turret damage. That's not bad. These hybrid ships are actually pretty nice. See, they get bonuses to core and combat scanner strength, but they don't get hacking bonuses. So that person's in a Vexor Navy issue with Caldari Navy Wasps. All right, and we're just going to enter the East Gate and see what's in there. And then we'll call it here. So yeah, so that wraps up. It's going to take a while. 23 points. I don't know if this is the way it's going to be every day. 23 points until you start needing medium weapons, although it does sort of force you back into a Gila or other such ships like a Stratios if you have one, or a Gnosis. I may try to do it in a passive tanked Hurricane, but yeah, I'm not super hopeful. So I'm not hopeful that I'm going to be able to tank it basically in my passive tanked Hurricane. Yeah, medium drones doesn't count, medium weapons or heavy missiles. So I guess Gila doesn't count unless you are... Yeah, so you see all these are all hacking boxes here. Look at all those. This looks like a couple dozen. Anyway, good information to have here. Looks like... did I see somebody's corpse? No. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go back to where I was set up, but that's good to know. So there you go. Operation Permafrost. First 23, 24 points are pretty easy if you have a battleship that you run these things in. After that, you may be challenged. And 175 points from atmospheric instabilities. See, that also implies that you can't just run these in like a covert ops exploration ship. See, that's bullshit. What are they trying to do here? Are they just trying to force everybody into a Stratios? Or not even a Stratios. If the drones... Man. Okay, well, we have a challenge ahead of us. Let us know how you tackle it and where you go from here. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you in tomorrow's video.